back, everybody. You have tuned in to Real Laughs right here on Real Radio 104.1. I will be your host tonight, Mr. James John, comedian extraordinaire, joined in virtual studios with my comedy brothers, some dudes you know and you love. First off, we're going to talk about the man, the myth, the legend himself, the guy that keeps all this going. He is our official sponsor from Kaufman and Lim. They have been representing and winning for the good people of Orlando for 20 years straight. I'm talking about the man that's a comic book creator, a lawyer, and my comedy brother, comedian extraordinaire, Mr. Jeff Batman Kaufman in the house. What's going on, brother?
Man, I tell you what, I'm
Talk,
loving
talk to
this.
me.
I'm loving everything.
I like that.
I work my ass off during the day,
Yes, you
and then
do.
I get to do this. And
Yes.
people say, "When do you relax?" I said, "I don't relax. I have euphoria. I get to hang out with the funniest people in the world. I get
Thank
every
you.
once in a while step up on stage and do something stupid. I mean, in the end, I got it good. I
Hey,
ain't griping about anything.
you have it really good because you can now say this and it'll be 100% true. I had James Yan and Ken Miller open for me. Bruh.
Yeah,
You can actually say it.
I
Come on,
threw him
give
a
me some.
couple bucks. That
Yeah,
was
there you go.
here's
Also, coming to, I know he had something to say about this. Also, my brother that's on the show with me, man. He's the guy that helped start this hilarity over 8 years ago. I'm talking about the one, the only Miguel Cologne Jr. What's going on, Miguel?
What's up, boys? Good to be on the show. Good to see you guys. We got the Monsters of Comedy this week. I
Yes,
don't
we
know
do.
what that means. Like what is it? And this is guys real typical for me. I'll be told, hey man, you want to do you I want to book you on this show. I'm like, I'll be there. And then I'll be like, so it doesn't seem to be a usual comedy show. What is it? So Jeff, what is the Monsters of Comedy show?
All right, here it is. Russ Rollins and the
We know
Monsters
him.
in the
We've heard of
Morning
him. Yeah.
are doing, they did about 2
The
years
name
ago
rings
where
out.
they said we're gonna have a couple of our guys because Ryan Holmes is going to headline because
Nice.
Ryan
Okay.
Holmes is a comedian.
Yeah, right. It was a
Yes.
I
headliner.
mean,
Yeah.
Ryan's a headliner. He's a comedian. So they go, okay, well, we're going to do stand up. Everyone as part of the show is going to do 10, 15 minutes. It's got 5, 10 minutes.
So all
No,
the
no,
people who
everyone's
aren't
going to do
even
5 minutes,
comics.
like five.
Okay.
So you have, everyone's going to go out there. Savannah's going to do some. I don't know if Savannah's in town. I don't know.
I believe so.
But
Yeah.
Angelique is going to do 5. These people
Mm-hmm.
are going to do 5. And they sold out in 1 week. 350 tickets. And they have VIP too. So that it was broken up. There's 100 VIP who
Mm-hmm.
paid good money.
Yeah.
And I mean, that place is full.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, I'm doing 10 to 15 before Ryan comes on. So I'm like his half feature, whatever we want to call that.
Fee.
But
Fee.
and I know it was a big thing for them. They go, hey, we really want the guys from Real Laughs on. And I'm
Mm.
going, you don't want them before you. They were like, what do you mean? I said, you don't want to be following them. And they go, yeah, we're going to put them first. I was laughing going, good. Because I'm going to have about, 4 or 5 people in between them and me.
There
And
you
that's
go.
exactly, it's kind of like a Royal Rumble when you go, oh, who's in that? And they go, me and Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan. No.
No, yeah, I'm good. Good.
Oh,
No, I'm good.
I want Jimmy Superfly Snuka. I want the smaller wrestlers. I don't want
I want to go.
Undertaker.
Very first.
Yeah.
Very first.
Yes. Just roll me out. I'll roll out on my own.
Hey.
I don't care.
Hey, Miguel, you shooting?
when we did the Versus show, me, Ken, Jari Wright, he was the captain of the Orlando team, put together a good squad. We had a solid squad, and we were going up against Jacksonville, and they're good comics, but they just didn't have the same experience as us. Most of those guys have only been in a couple years. Most of them aren't working comics and stuff. So, me and Ken, we really wanted to be there because people were popping off at the mouth, and not like the Jacksonville people, but I mean people like fans of comedy were like, "Oh, yeah. Orlando gonna get beat, Orlando." So I was minding my business, and I heard the brrr, and I was like, "The horn of Orlando comedy." It's like, ready my armor. But we got there, and I told Jari, I was like, I want to go very first.
You went first.
And he was like, okay, man. He's like, I said, I want to go first, man. I want I want to show everybody what this night's gonna be like. Like I want because we had Ken still going up, Jari,
Mm,
man. It was
mm,
still some fire breathers coming. Sean Madden was up there. Who
mm.
Sean Madden is one of my favorite younger new comics. Him and Jari.
I just found out about Sean Madden, by the way. His
Sean
videos,
Madden is my dude, man.
hilarious. Yeah.
Sean Madden's because these young guys. There's a whole group of young guys that are bucking the system, and they're not playing like I hate using terms like woke and stuff like that because it's just those are just like made up terms that people use to like categorize people they don't like or they
Yeah,
do like. But they're these young guys who don't they're going back to comedy and they're like, I'm just gonna say what I want if I think it's funny and I'm willing to back it up.
they
And
definitely are.
Yeah, he don't
Sean
care.
Madden,
He
he
Don't
don't.
don't
care.
care. He's got
Uh-uh.
great lines. Yeah, one of my favorite Sean Madden jokes is he says, my brother, my mom put
Yes.
me and my
Yeah,
brother
yeah.
ice skating.
Uh-huh.
He stayed in it. Yeah, he chose to be gay and I chose heaven. You know,
Yeah.
I love that
He's
joke.
brutal. I
I love that
I
joke.
actually
Yeah,
hosted a show with him 2 nights.
He's funny.
yeah.
And he's funny, man. He's
He's funny,
real
bro.
good.
That's my dude,
Yeah.
man. He's great. He films this Florida man skits. He just came over
Bro,
to Sausage
I
Castle.
just found
and did
that.
some-
And I
Yeah,
found it because I was watching Mike Busey's story and he
yeah,
did the one the bro. He's like, I took that regulator off that some bitch.
yeah. He's like, this thing's only supposed to go about 30, but I took that regulator off that some bitch hit about 88. You know,
He said, the person who had an accident died off property, so she'd be back up running back about a week. Bro, I was
he got
dying.
another one where he's like, the instructions was written in Mexican, and I'm too American to read that. You know?
My favorite is he does this whole bit where he'll actually get a video conference interview for a job
Job interview, yeah,
and be Florida man and like,
yeah,
hey, real quick, do you guys drug test? And the guy be like, no, we don't. He'll be like, yes.
yeah. He said, "Hey man, sorry." He starts him off. He always has a piece of tape on the camera. He's like, "Sorry about that." The government.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to Sean Madden, man. Funny
Sean
cat.
Madden's
I
a
like
beast,
him, man. I like him.
There's a lot of young beasts, man, that I'm real proud of.
Yeah.
Kevin Dean's a beast. Sean
Yes.
Madden's a beast. Jari
Yeah.
Wright's a beast. Jari Wright's on tour with Cam Patterson right now. They're
Yes.
all over the country right now.
Doing
Jari
well
Wright's a
for
beast.
himself, man.
Yeah, man. I was just sharing, shout out to David Jolly. He's Austin dude now, man, but he's Orlando. That's where he got his start. And I would say this, man. If you're listening, guys, right now, if you don't follow David Jolly, who's one of my close
One of my-
comedy friends, but one of my favorite comics, I was just listening to David Jolly on a podcast, being undeniable David Jolly.
Yep.
And if I'll tell you right now, David Jolly, he don't care what he says. He gets loose. He was just talking about if a girl cheated on him, and if he caught her cheated, and how he would be like, hey, he was like, I would just look at the dude and be like, hey man, I know why you did it. I'm gonna need you to leave. He said, and I would just walk up to the girl and be like, baby, I need to know why. He goes, and then once I got in distance, I headbutt her. Ah! he goes, and I'd make
What?
a karate noise too, so it was stronger. He goes, yeah. He's like, because I ain't gonna put my hands on no woman, guys. I ain't gonna put my hands on her.
Oh
He's like,
my
but she
God.
get duped with some headbutts, just ah,
Bro, what is
He goes,
wrong?
he goes,
I
then
know
I'd
what's wrong
stay
with
with her.
David Jolly.
He's like,
Oh
then
my
I'd stay
God.
with her for 6 months because I love her.
That's right.
Yep.
Bro, here's why I love David Jolly. He is just himself. He doesn't try to
100%.
be anything else. What you see is what you get. That's David
Yeah.
Jolly. He's not playing, y'all. That's him, man.
No, man. And that's what I love. I love when I watch somebody I know do comedy and I know that they're being just like a caricature of themselves. Because you're a little bit of caricature. You're a little
Yeah.
more because you
It's
got 15
you
minutes to be you.
exaggerated. Yeah.
But there's some people, and then I respect people too. There's comics who off stage, they're not funny or anything like that, but they don't care because they're not trying to be. That's
No.
not their personality. They're
No.
just good artists and they know how to be funny on stage. And I respect that. But
Facts.
when it comes to traveling around in this business, all you want to do is hang out with the comics that are cool and funny outside of work.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
the most that's the important part for my soul. That when I'm hanging with the fellas and the ladies that do comedy, that we're just having a good time. Because I know people that, hey, then they get off stage, they're done, that's it, they're not kicking it. That's cool, man. That's
Mhm.
never gonna be me though. Because one of the things, and this is the truth, I'll tell you this much. when I'm on stage, and this is something that we were just talking about. I don't know if I was talking with you guys about it, but I was talking with I was talking with a buddy of mine. We were talking
Mhm.
people who steal jokes.
Ooh.
People who steal jokes, and this is it. People who steal jokes because they need the audience's approval. That's why
Mhm.
they're doing comedy. They
Yes.
need you to laugh while
Yes.
they're up there. The reason I'll never steal jokes is I don't care about the audience. I do this because it makes me laugh.
Mhm.
Now, it would suck if they didn't laugh too. But
Yes,
when I'm
sir.
up there rocking a crowd, to honest to God, that's my selfish moment. Like I'm doing this because I love it.
For me.
And
This is
so
for
for
me.
me, if I am taking someone else's jokes and making you laugh, that's not what I want to do.
Mhm.
I want to make you laugh because it makes me feel great and I have a blast doing it. But
Mhm.
if it's not my stuff, if I'm just copying somebody else, I'm not gonna feel it. It's almost like I always say, like with a woman, one of the things I desire most is to be wanted. So like I don't
We
want
all
like a
do.
call girl who was like this gorgeous, beautiful woman who'll do anything you want. You can't do the one thing I want is I want to feel wanted.
Yes.
And when I'm on stage, the opposite is I want to rock you because it makes me happy.
That's right.
And sometimes I
It,
get off stage and people will be like, "Hey, what's up, Jeff?"
no, go
No,
ahead. Go ahead.
no,
Go ahead, Jeff.
I'm sorry. I ain't going that far. I ain't letting this fly by.
Yeah,
I deal with I represented criminals earlier on in my career, and I understand that people are suffering and people need it and everything else like that. This isn't the same thing. They
What you mean?
stole something from you that meant more than money, something that
yeah,
you can't go out and earn, something that you created inside yourself. And here's the thing, you know, Lionel Richie said it. He goes, "Where do the ideas come from?" He goes, "I don't know. I'm at the piano. I go back somewhere and I bring this thing back with me." And here's the truth about creating stuff, it's hard. And some
Yes.
people, if they're
Yes.
fortunate, some comedians, if they're fortunate, might be able to put two great headlining sets, two fantastic together. But every comedian admits that it's hard to have a lifetime of new material.
And that's why there's goats. That's why there is Chris Rocks. That's
yeah.
why there is Dave Chappelle. That's why there is Bill Burrs. There's
Seinfeld.
Gaffigans, Seinfeld, who because we were just talking about it, Miguel, yesterday on yesterday's show.
No, but we
How
would know.
hard it
I
is.
want to deal with these people stealing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Talk
don't
about
want to
it.
just
Talk
talk
about it.
about the creative process.
Yeah.
I catch you stealing, and you're going to go, "Well, it's not a big deal." I'm like, "Well, it is a big deal. You stole something that came from me,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't create another one. It's not like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I built a car, just build another car. No, this might be a once in a lifetime joke.
My
I might
DeLorean.
not be able to. Now, it's happened to me with my comic books.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a guy steal a whole thing, make a movie of it, and you're sitting there just stunned. And
Wow.
for me, it's a little different because I'm fortunate that I'm a little more creative. I have 15 graphic novels, all different concepts, everything else like that. I said, but if that was the only thing I had, I mean, you
Be
stole that
everything.
from me.
Be everything.
I don't know, homicide might come to play. Uh,
All right. Oh, wow.
well, so
Okay.
when you come in and steal somebody's joke because it's, oh, that's a good joke, I'm taking it. And I've heard a comedian make a comment, well, don't, you knew I was going to do it. Well, how would you like if you knew I was going to put my foot across your jaw?
Okay.
How would you feel about that, dude?
I will say this.
Oh, he go,
Go ahead.
well, it's like we always say this. Everybody is brave till they get punched in the face.
Amen.
And if you got your
Amen.
ass, I mean, I'm talking mobster, where they took your ass out into the desert and whooped your ass for stealing a joke. I promise you it'd be the last joke you ever stole.
True statement. And I will say this about the Orlando comedy scene, Miguel, and you correct me if you think I'm wrong. We police stealing of jokes. If we find out you did it, we will call you out
The hard part is you could call somebody out here, but they'll just take it on the road.
on the road or on a cruise ship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's why I headbutt her. Ah!
Guys, don't go anywhere. On that note, we'll be right back with a what do you call that? An alibi. Don't go anywhere. Real Laughs on Real Radio 104.1. Back, everybody. You are still tuned into Real Laughs right here on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, James John. I'm joined in virtual studio by my comedy brothers, Jeff Batman Kaufman and Miguel Colon Jr. Now, guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about
Yeah,
something.
headbutt.
The headbutt thing is hilarious, by the way. now now we all have people, not everybody, but most of us have significant others, people we're involved in a relationship with. And you guys have definitely gotten to know my wife. You know, my wife has her own, idiosyncrasies. She could be a little crazy, dangerous at times. We all have that. But Jeff, I gotten to know Melissa, your girlfriend. We all love her. Like everyone knows Melissa who listens to you on the radio, because they've gotten to know her through your jokes and your humor. And she admitted something that I thought was just a joke on stage. But she really does this. And when she admitted it, she took pride in, like, what? Doesn't everybody do this? And Miguel, what she admitted to doing is she likes to hover over Jeff when he's sleeping and just watch him and stare at him. And when he wakes up, she's like, hi. What?
It's all in your
Bruh.
head, Karen. It's all in your head, Karen.
First off, on a scale of 1 to I'm calling the cops, how creepy is that, Miguel?
Super duper creepy. That is.
That's a 30. That's out of 10. That's a
Yeah,
30.
that's on
Yeah.
some whole. I like to cut you at night and pretend you're scratching yourself. Jeff, so you wake up sometimes and Melissa's just hovering over you?
No, this is normally when she's getting ready to go to work or something, like before she leaves. She'll.
Hey, Jeff, I've worked with a lot of victims. Stop normalizing it.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, look at me, buddy. Look at me, buddy. Okay, I get
Not
it.
your fault.
I get it.
Not your
I
fault.
get it. If she doesn't hit you, how would you learn? I understand.
Yes.
It's not your fault, Jeff. It's not your fault, okay?
Hey, Miguel.
Hey, listen, bro. If
hey,
it can happen to Cassie, it can happen to you, dog. Okay.
Oh wow. Oh
we,
wow.
we all have our crosses to bear, man.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, if you wake up and she happens to be looking at you, like wig. I mean, I want you to know something. I went to jungle training. They didn't train me for that.
That's
Yeah.
That's jarring to wake up and you see eyes. Like, nah, man.
Don't look at me.
Prepare you for that, bro.
Yeah.
And the creepy part is she's like, hi. Like,
Yeah.
like
Were you dreaming about leaving me?
with a knife. Just ask her.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get mad. Tell me the truth.
But listen, I can
That's
tell you
that's
this.
like the movie Pearl. Why are you leaving? I did everything right.
Misery. I got the wood in between my feet, and she's hobbling me.
Looking at you like,
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were gonna leave me. I just thought.
Hey, this is what I would do if I met a girl and I
Uh-huh.
hooked up with her and I spent the night and I woke up and I opened my eyes and first of all I look around the room and it's covered with nothing but Disney stuff, and then she's just sitting there on top of me with Mickey Mouse ears, and she's like, I was watching you sleep. What were you thinking? I'd be like, I was thinking, I'm never gonna leave. I'm out of here. Just running down the street. This bitch is crazy. This bitch is crazy.
And she'd be like, M-I-C. See you real soon.
I'm missing skin from the back of my ass. I can feel it.
M-O-U-S.
And the first part is if I run away.
Where's my pinky toe?
Yeah, if I run away. She took advantage of my diabetic neuropathy.
Running
I
in
couldn't feel
circles.
it.
Where's my pinky toe?
Oh, my pinky toe. Bro, that's
Sucked my pinky toe off. I couldn't feel it because of the beaties, you know? And I'm terrified because it's not even bleeding a lot. What's up with my circulation?
I know, right?
Why is it just dripping out? And then the worst part is if I took off running, I only got 30 steps before I'm exhausted. I'm like,
You look
shoot,
over,
bro,
you're only 2 houses down.
She's coming with a wheelbarrow behind you.
Somebody give me a Gatorade. This bitch cut my toe off. Oh, God. I'm going back inside. It's hot.
Going back. You're going back.
Don't bring me that Prime. I don't want a Prime. Give me a
Yeah.
Gatorade.
Hey, have you ever asked her, Jeff, why did she do that?
No. I
You
know.
don't even
She's like,
ask. You're like, it's normal.
She's
Listen,
like, it's
fine.
easy why I do it, Jeff. If I don't, they'll yell at me. They're
Yeah.
always yelling.
Who's
Oh,
they? You know.
I won't even ask. I'd be like, that's cool, baby. Just tell they them. I support your
Headbutt.
Karate noise. It's stronger.
Oh my God. Oh, Jeff. Oh, that warms my soul, man. That
When
is
did you
so funny.
first discover this, Jeff? Like, how long were you guys dating?
Oh, I think she saved it up on me. It's one of those
Oh
that you
my
don't
God.
do in the first month.
Oh
You know, I had
yeah.
a girl.
Yeah.
I had a girl. Honest to God, man, I'm gonna send this to her because she's gonna die laughing. If you're watching this, we're talking about ladies letting you know something crazy. I had a girl spend the night with me, and we had a great night. She was a cool girl. She was fun. She's a little
Yeah.
wild. We had a blast. Right before we both pass out, she looks at me and goes, "Sometimes I scream in the middle of the night." And just
What?
closed her eyes and
What?
went to bed.
No.
Yeah. I was like, what?
No.
What?
Wait.
This same girl, check this out. This same girl once had an asthma attack in my basement. I had a basement in one of my houses downtown because I lived on a hill. Had an
Mhm.
asthma attack. Cool ass girl. We were hanging out watching movies, kicking. And she had an asthma attack. And I ran up because her asthma inhaler was supposed to be in her car. And I
Mhm.
ran upstairs to find her asthma inhaler in her car. And she parked street side. And I couldn't figure out which one was her car. And I just
Oh.
had a moment where I was like 3 minutes into looking for her car where my shoulders just sank. And I was like, she's dead. I was like, oh my God. I've been up here for like 3 minutes looking for an inhaler. I know she's dead. And I just walked down all slow, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have a sexy dead girl in my basement.
Mm.
This is gonna be my 60 minutes, a day that started like every other day.
Yeah. It was a
Yeah, and then
Tuesday.
my roommate's gonna be like, I know he's my roommate, but I did hear her scream in the middle of the night. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
unrelated. That's
Oh.
unrelated.
Okay, let me tell you why that scared the hell out of me when you told me that she just gently and told you, revealed that, hey, sometimes I scream in the middle of the night. That is terrifying to a brown person.
Oh my God.
Okay, you're going to start screaming in the middle of the
Yeah.
night. I'm going to
Yeah.
jail. I don't
You know
care
what the
what
neighbor
happens.
says? Oh, they're always fighting.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. They
Bro.
always. I always hear yelling from
I
there.
always hear yelling over there. You know, I think he's in a gang.
I knew somebody who had night
Yeah.
terrors. Did she have
Yeah.
night terrors? Is that what it
That's
was?
what it was. So she had
Yeah.
night terrors, but she said she could never remember the dreams, like when she woke up. And I guess, and I can't remember everything, guys, but I think it was like, I know that we have like different levels of sleep, and her night terrors would kick in very
Yes.
early in her sleep. Like, I don't know if REM is when you're in your deepest sleep. I can't
REM's when you're
remember.
your deepest. Yeah.
So it would kick in before that. She would have night terrors, and it would wake her up afraid, sometimes screaming and kicking and stuff. But she couldn't remember why, and sometimes she didn't realize she was screaming. She just wake up, pop up. So in her mind, she just popped up, and in my mind, I'm in the corner like, she punched me twice in the face.
Yes. Did she
And then the worst
swing?
part was this: she would wake up screaming and crying and kicking. So now I'm just
Yeah.
rock hard. You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Oh my God. I can't.
like,
And that's when
oh,
we got canceled. No,
And
yeah.
that's it. That's it. God bless,
in the
man.
middle. We haven't even sent this to the station yet. I feel
No.
Jack Bradshaw
Mm-mm.
calling me.
I'm
But
gonna
yeah,
tell you
we're not doing
something.
this.
I'm gonna tell you something weird that Michelle does, and it's creepy because it's not even mumbling. She has full on conversations in her sleep, and it sounds like she's talking to somebody. And if you're
She is
sleeping,
the
or if you're
devil.
just, bro, that's what I'm afraid of as a black dude from the South.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm like, bro,
You talking
who
to Papa Legba?
yeah.
You go down to the crossroads, come back, know how to play
Papa
harmonica?
Legba.
Papa
How do
Legba.
you remember
Thank you,
that?
Jeff.
That's
Thank you,
so
Jeff.
funny.
Thank you,
That's
Jeff.
so
Screw
funny.
Miguel for remembering that.
That's so
Papa
funny.
Legba. Name Scratch now.
That's right.
White boy, Jack Butler,
Mm.
cutting heads.
My wife goes to sleep like all hell Nicodemus. What? Look,
Yeah.
what does that
Papa
mean?
Hey,
Legba.
when my little sister was like maybe 5 years old, you know, kids, man, they talk. They
Yeah.
talk to everything. They have their tea parties, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But honest to God, one of the best stories that we all tell my families. I remember I was walking by my sister's room. She's 5, so I'm like 15, and she was like, "What? I can't. They're my family." And I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "What the hell?"
Miguel
I was
gave
like,
her a
gonna
room
knock.
that night. Miguel's like,
Yeah,
here,
I
take
was
my
like,
room.
I came knocking on the door. I'm like, "Hey, I've never really liked this PlayStation anyway. You want a
Yeah.
bag of candy? Remember, I'm with you no matter what we do. All right, we got to Menendez this situation. We do it together. You give me the heads up." We have this. Hey, so my little sister has all these children of the damned moments too. When my little sister was a little girl, baby, she was getting a bath by my mom. She's probably like 2 years old. My mom was like, "I'm gonna give Patricia a bath, And in her bath, I'm gonna go in the room for a little bit and get rid of some of her, stuff that my mom didn't want in her room anymore. They're like, I don't know you. My mom was all about declutter. So if
Yes.
she knew you didn't
Yes.
play with something, and I will tell you this, like I said, I will never lie. We did not grow up poor, man. My father was in the Marines. We weren't a rich family, but we had food, we had lights, and I had
Yes.
11 aunts and uncles. So I had toys when I needed toys and stuff. We had
Yeah.
a great life. So, every now and then, man, we definitely had stuff that we're like, okay, the boy ain't playing with this. And this is my mom's thing. She would get rid of your stuff and then give it to somebody else so that you would be like, you got rid of my toys. She's like, you didn't play with those. So I gave it to the kid down the street. You're like, damn it, all right.
All right,
Like you
man.
can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
mom's giving Trish a bath. She's like 2 years old. She goes in her room to get rid of some of her stuff. My mom puts it in like a bag. Trish's room is, like my sisters shared a room together, which
Mhm.
is crazy when I think about it. They were like 13 years apart, but we had 2 bedrooms, you shared
Yeah.
a room. And so my mom's getting rid of some of her little toys that she never plays with. And my mom comes back into the bathroom and Trisha is sitting there staring at her. And she goes, I want to get out of the bath now. And my mom was like, hey, Trish, hold up, baby. And she was like, I want to get out of the bath and go to my room now. And my mom was like, Trisha, you're going to finish this bath. And my mom's giving Trisha the bath. And she looks at my mom and she's like, what did you do? And my mom was
Oh
like,
no,
Trisha was
bruh.
dead.
She knew.
Trisha was a
They
wild one, man.
Bro,
Trish was a wild one.
that's funny. She's like, I want to get out of the bath now, mother.
oh my
I'm
daughter
just
my
looking at
daughter
Trish in
used
the
to have
corner and I'm
figures.
like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You like,
Yeah.
remember, I'm with you.
Yeah. I did.
Remember?
She did it. And dad too.
I told her
What
not to
happened?
do it.
Man,
Jeff, what
my
happened?
daughter had figures and she
Yeah.
had like all these toy figures everywhere. I mean, hundreds of them. And they were all in certain directions and they're certain places. And, you know, I'm a funny guy. I think I am.
Yeah.
I walked over, I said, I wonder if I turn one of these around. Out of 3,000, will she
Mm.
notice?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
My daughter is the best girl in the world, and she went full chupacabra on me.
Damn.
She came
Fighting.
into the room, just dove onto the bed and was like
No
swinging.
wire hangers.
And she was like 8. She knew what I had done. She had
Uh-huh.
like 8 years old swinging. And I was like,
Yeah. I was
I
the
made it.
worst. We had a dog for a while, and my mom gave the dog away because my dad was deployed a lot. We couldn't take care of it. And honest to God, it was like the next day in the afternoon, and I was like, where the dog at? Dude, everybody else knew, and my mom had to talk with him. My ass was like, a little quiet in here.
Yeah. Hey.
Damn, don't we have a dog? Like,
Miguel, who was supposed to take care of the dog?
oh, it was a family obligation that
Uh-huh.
became my mother.
Gotcha.
And that's why.
Gotcha.
And this was the 80s when dogs were still living in the front yard, like sometimes and stuff. You
Bro,
remember that?
if you tell a person now that your dog's outside, they will call the cops on you.
Dude, if I
Yeah.
saw a dog chained up in the front yard now, I'd be like, that's horrible. And when I was a kid, I'd be like, hey, let's ride our bike back and forth so he chokes himself.
Yeah.
Watch this,
Bro, every dog when we were little in the South was outside.
Do you remember when you would see the garage door cracked open and the dog's nose underneath
Yep.
it?
Yep.
That was dog life.
That was dog life. Yep. In the garage. Hot garage. Just
Mhm.
a little bit of air. Like a prisoner. That's how we did it back then, man. But now you can't do nothing like that. They will lock your ass up.
Yeah.
No,
They gonna
DCF
headbutt
is
you.
for,
What'd you
for
do to that
dogs
dog?
now.
Ah!
Yeah. Hiya. Y'all don't go anywhere. We'll be right back right here on Real Labs, Real Radio 104.1. Back, everybody. You are still listening to Real Labs on Real Radio 104.1. I'm your host, Mr. James John. We're in virtual studio with Mr. Jeff Batman Kaufman and Miguel Colon Jr. I want to tell you about something great that's going on Friday, starting on July 5th. That's right. At Tropical Paradise. It's live stand-up comedy. The showtime is going to be at 8 p.m. They're going to be opening doors at around 7. And here's the great part about this Friday night. Paradise is offering a $20 2-hour open bar. People, from 7 p.m. to 9, $20, 2 hours open bar.
That's
and
an
a comedy show.
unbelievable deal.
Bro, I can't stress this enough.
Uber.
You go to Uber. Yeah, Uber's going to be
Uber.
lit. Uber's going to be lit that night, people. You got to get your tickets for the Tropical Paradise Comedy Show happening on July 5th. That's right, from 7 to 9 for $20. Get you a 2-hour open bar. Now, if you guys want to get tickets, just go to Eventbrite under Tropical Paradise, or you can get your tickets at thecomedytakeover.com for details. Now, the night continues because on that same Friday, from 10 to 12, there's another open bar that you can purchase at Tropical Paradise. But this time it's going to be for the old school hip hop and R&B jam all night. Just like before, you can get your tickets at Eventbrite, or you can go to thecomedytakeover.com. You heard what I said. 2 great things to do in one great night. Shout out to you, my friend, Junelle Berner, friend of the show. First off, man, I ain't never seen no open bar. $20.
Yeah,
Nope.
2 hours.
hey, get ready for the next one to be like 50% off the bar, you animals.
Go ahead and get that and take it. It's going to be great. Also, I got to mention that this Thursday, you have a chance to see me, Ken Miller.
No, you don't.
No? Oh, yeah,
Thursday?
you can't. Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry.
No.
If you're
You
listening,
should have listened to us. You should have listened to
Yeah.
us 2 weeks ago.
You're right. We're all going to be at the Monster Comedy Show that's happening at the Orlando Funny Bone this Thursday. Ryan Holmes from the Monster in the Morning is going to be headlining that show. We're all going to be doing a little time for him. I believe that Angelique's going to be doing it. Desi's going to be doing it. And I think Savannah's actually doing some comedy time as well. Probably hosted by Russ. Is that true, Jeff? That's what's going
Russ
on?
is going to be hosting. And you know who might be watching?
Who might be watching?
Carlos.
Carlos Mencia might be in the house.
Yes.
That'd be really cool.
That's what he
also,
said.
Also, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. The official sponsor is a guy that I think we all know, Kaufman and
Dan
Landon.
New. Oh, okay.
You son of a.
I thought it was a real show.
Hey, it's okay. I'm friends with Dan. It's all right.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take that too serious. It's not like he ain't winning.
Yeah, Dan's doing okay for himself, man.
I thought, I had a great Newland moment, which I'll always be the best Dan moment ever. He's got a place in Columbia, and we are on top of this mountain, and we have been riding horses with a bunch of people, and we get to the top of the mountain, and Dan and I are talking by our horses, and this guy walks up to us, and he's just listening to the conversation, and in the middle of it, he points at me, he goes, "Hey man, are you from Orlando?" I go, yeah. And I look over at Dan, and Dan's looking at him going, "Where's this going?" He goes, "You're an attorney in Orlando, aren't you?" And I'm looking over at Dan, like the chances of him recognizing me and not
instead of
Dan
him
were zero. and Dan's, he's just going, and he wasn't mad. He was just going, "How is this possible?"
Dan's thinking,
and the guy goes,
uppity mother.
and the guy says to me, he goes, "Yeah, you're a Monster in the Morning. I love you, man. If I ever need an attorney, I'm calling you." And he turns around and walks away. And I look over at Dan. And I said, "You got to work on your marketing."
Wow.
Dan looked over at you and he was smiling, smoking a cigar. He was like, "That's nice." He was like, "Juan, ven aquí." Came over and he was like, "Bring me that man's daughter's head in the morning."
He was lighting a cigar with $100 bill.
Pitbull right now. Tell Pitbull what happened.
Yeah, that's funny.
So yeah, every once in a while, things turn in your favor. But yeah, that's actually cool. Hilarious. But we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna be a good night. Yeah, and then Saturday for me is the
big night.
Is a bucket list night for me.
The one you've been training for, sir.
Yeah.
The one you've been doing. Jeff Kaufman will be headlining. We'll go ahead and put it up here. He'll be headlining this Saturday. That's right, June 29th at 8 p.m. Twisted Birch stand-up comedy show.
And Rockledge.
Mr. Jeff in Rockledge, not Cocoa, next to it. But yeah, that's right, Rockledge, Florida. Eugene Singleton will be hosting, and the feature will be a friend of the show, the Angry Texan himself, man. I'm looking forward to that for you, my friend. Congratulations, Jeff. I know you worked your butt off to get there, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, I've had so much fun. We talked last show, we were talking about Miguel, Ken, and I going out to go see Christie's at Crave.
Yeah.
And that was fun. That was a lot of fun. But see, people didn't realize, since Ken's not going to be on the show, Ken left early. Ken left. We were still there. Miguel and I were still there closing the place down. Ken leaves because I guess he wanted to stop off at Buc-ee's.
Yes.
Well, it was raining. And, Miguel and I were like going, we just want to get in the car and get home.
This is funny.
Ken's running, trying to avoid the rain, doesn't see the curb, burns in, and he's laying on his back. He's not sure if he's okay or not. The rain's just coming down.
Rain just coming
down. He told me it was like Shawshank.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Ken ate it.
Yes, at Buc-ee's.
He was laying in the street at Buc-ee's on his back.
He tried to run from the store to his car because it was raining. Didn't see the curb, knee buckled, and he went face first into his car and then fell back and just stayed there for a while. This
Just
like a
looking up.
90s R&B video in the
Yeah.
rain.
I saw Ken slip running in the
Rain.
rain. All the brisket went everywhere.
Yeah, brisket
Yeah.
everywhere, just falling down in slow motion.
Yeah, he called me. It was like, how much? I said, you did this to yourself.
It looked like a Missy Elliott video. I can't stand the rain.
Ken goes to Sue Bucky's. He gets home after work one day. Sean's just sitting there looking all tense. He looks over, the Beaver's sitting there, and he's like, "You got a nice place here, Ken. This is a good place. I'm gonna drop by from time to time, make sure things are good for you. You know,
Hey.
here's a little something." He puts like a 20 down. Go ahead, put
It's
some
a
gas
Bucky
or something in the
chips.
car.
And
Yeah,
a-
it's a Bucky chips. Hey, by the way, Ken, I'm gonna send Melissa over here. She's just gonna stare at you in your sleep.
Clean.
You're gonna have to headbutt her.
Hiya!
Yeah, karate noise.
Oh,
Oh man, that's hilarious, man. Hilarious. So if you got tickets for it, great. We'll see you there. If you didn't, sorry, but hey, you can still get tickets for Twisted Birch for Saturday's show at Mr. Jeff Kaufman, who is going to be headlining. Now, Miguel, you don't got anything going on this weekend, right?
Man, I'm doing the Monsters of Comedy show, and I was lucky enough for Jeff Kaufman to explain what that is. So now I know
Okay,
what I'm
nice.
doing.
Nice.
So that'll
nice.
be good. Everybody's doing time. Come on in there, man. Everybody, if you want to do time and you're there, just show up. Just walk up on stage and get the mic. Hell
There you
yeah.
go, brother. Oh,
Yeah.
also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, man, but it was Father's Day. It was a really good Father's Day, man. I got a surprise gift. I came home, didn't know it was there. I got a grill, man.
I saw that on social media.
My mother-in-law is the sweetest person on the planet. Got me a grill, y'all.
No, that's because she started looking at recipes and she's like, "Hey, why we don't have this?
That's right.
I also got him a smoker.
Bro, I'm cooking this weekend, man. So I'm gonna get some steaks. I'm gonna get some baked potatoes, some corn, and whatnot, man. I'm gonna break in my grill. I'm gonna christen it. That's right, man.
you saw my gift. My gift was like, I make a joke that people who don't know me, they go, "Oh, he likes Spider-Man." I said, "Let me get him a Spider-Man plushie."
Oh.
And I make this terrible joke all the time to people going, "Oh, I'll get him a Spider-Man stuffed animal." Like, what would I want it with this?
And somebody got you that for real, for real.
My Father's Day gift was a Spider-Man plushie and a popcorn bowl.
You've hit that peak, bro. You've hit the peak of them being like, look, it's not going to be now until the kids get a little successful themselves, but you hit that older kids peak. From like 18 to 30, Father's Day sucks for you. Then 31 and up, they get some returns because they start getting worried. They're like, I love the old man. He's getting up there in age. And then by the time they're 50, they're like, die so I can get the house.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I got gifts they just found around the house, I think. I think
Bro.
that's what happened because I was sitting there. I opened this gift up. I wanted to look at her and I wanted to go, "Et tu, Bruticus? What is this?
Et tu, Brute?"
I was like so mad at her, and I didn't show it. And you know when you have to fake that you like something, and
yeah, my wife does it all the time.
I don't know if I sold it enough. That's my problem. I don't know if I made the sale because she kind of looked at me.
The key is saying,
going,
"Daddy,
did you win this at Universal?" I didn't want to call her out and go, "What in your years? You're 18 years old.
Yeah.
How did you suddenly go? You know what Dada likes? Plushie. Spider-Man stuff, a stuffed Spider-Man, and a popcorn bucket."
The popcorn bucket's what getting me.
I know she just reached under the cabinet and just had to stick something in the bag.
Hey, I got you yams in a can.
Now, I haven't seen her mom since. I haven't seen her mom, since Father's Day. But we're gonna have a little combo.
I want to just show up one day for like Father's Day, and I want to hire like my homeboy Midget Mac, and I want to just put him in a sack, and I want to just show up with him fighting in the sack, and my father's like, "What's that?" Be like, "I got you a Lorax."
A Lorax.
I'm like, "Dad, I know you're Republican. I know you hate him."
Yes, he keeps saying he's doing it for the trees, but Dad.
Well, my hand, he bit my goddamn finger off.
Headbutt. Hiya.
Yeah.
And I can't find my pinky toe.
Yeah.
You lose both of them, you just do figure eights.
Yeah. Oh my you want to keep him, you keep him. If not, I'm about to take him to the Onceler and put a bullet in him.
The Onceler, that's hilarious, bro.
Yeah. But we had a good
Hilarious.
time. I mean, they had they put that menu down in front of us, and I looked over at Miguel. I said, "Miguel, this is good."
Good food. Yeah,
Over at
y'all guys
Chris
got good
V's place,
food at
Crave.
Craves.
Great.
Yeah.
And
He had a
the owner was
tomahawk
there
for like 30
Yeah.
bucks.
And the owner kept looking. He was like, "Yeah, this is good." And I've never seen an owner just be ridiculous. And he was drinking at the end of the bar with his buddies. He was having the best time, and he was like, "Man, everyone's loving this."
Yeah.
He wanted to book us 10 seconds later.
That's
And what I
awesome.
liked about Crave too, I give respect to, is he let his staff be a little loose and hang out, but they were super attentive in doing their job.
Yes, they
So
were.
he found the balance between letting his staff laugh and watch the show because they were all in a corner just watching the show, but also because like I don't run a restaurant, I don't run a bar. I've worked in them a lot, but I also know, like, as a staff member of them, it's hard to keep the balance. It's hard to be like, I'm going to watch the comedy show and hang out and still be attentive to everybody. And they did a great job. It was good. It was a blast. I can't wait to go back.
Nice.
But it poured raining, and poor Ken.
Bro, yeah, poor
He
Ken
took
in
the
the side of his
Buc-ee's fall.
face. Now
He
his
took
teeth
it.
looks like Bucky's. All right.
All the people who fall in the parking lot. That's the picture of them.
He was going to call you, Jeff, not on a personal tip, but on a legal one. Like, hey, man.
I didn't know you weren't allowed trucks in Buc-ee's.
Nope.
No truckers are
No
allowed.
Yeah,
trucks.
it's not a
are
truck
allowed
stop.
in
It's only
Buc-ee's. Nope,
cars.
not a
Yeah,
truck stop. Yep. I
keeps the
learned
lot
that.
lizards away.
That is
Yeah.
correct. That
I
is
mean,
correct.
I saw a truck once, but I guess they were delivering stuff.
I saw a truck. Bucky came out with a pistol. He was like, "You gonna do this? You know who I am? You know who my grandfather was?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. Yes.
Huh? Do you know? Look at this Lorax.
Right in the head. That
Right
could have
in the
been you. It could have been you.
Let him bleed.
No.
Let him
Leave
bleed.
leave the body. Let's go.
Man,
All right,
I
I
saw a
gotta go
cop
outside,
actually
drink
use
the
a good line the other day. It was on his camera, and this girl goes, "Do you know who my dad was?" He goes, "Do you?"
Damn.
I was like, going, "Man, you might get out of the ticket, but you're gonna live with that one for a long time."
You got that one. That's hilarious,
Yeah.
man. We're getting ready to go here, guys. We got to wind down, but I want to remind everybody there's some great comedy happening this week. Thursday, if you already got your tickets, you can come to the Funny Bone, Orlando Funny Bone, and see the Monsters Comedy Show. Jeff Kaufman and I, and Miguel, you won't be there? Miguel?
Yeah, I'll be there. Thursday, I'll be
Okay,
there.
gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, Thursday you'll be there.
Monsters Comedy, I'll be there.
Who couldn't be there? Ken?
Ken.
Is it Ken? Ken can't be there because he's doing something, man. I think
Ken's laying down on the street. He's getting his therapy.
He's making t-shirts and
He's
singing
going to
in
the
the rain.
chiropractor I sent him on Thursday night. He's good.
And don't forget about my man Jeff Kaufman. Is his headlining debut at Twisted Birch in Rockledge, Florida. You guys definitely need to go to his social media, get yourself some tickets to see that on Saturday. Thank you guys as always for joining us right here on Real Laughs. We're your nightcap of comedy. We will be back tomorrow. But Jeff, tell them what they need to do right now.
Take your ass to bed.
And we out.